Hello, Whovians, and welcome to a Who Universe news for today, of course, because as we are now starting to build up to Christmas, the Christmas episode, the Christmas content for Doctor Who, I thought we'll probably make I'm probably going to be making this the last Who Universe news of this year, probably, because I think we've got all the news we need, and then we can finally focus on getting ready to do some reviews and stuff leading up to Christmas, and obviously review this year's special. So, without further ado, let's take a look at all the news stories, shall we? And the first piece of news we obviously got to discuss about is the surprise announcement that came out just this week that Doctor Who: The Savages is getting a DVD release in spring 2025. A lost story from 1966, starring William Hartnell as the first Doctor. This is one of his later stories and the final appearance of Peter Pear's character, Stephen Taylor. They're finally going to be restoring all 4 episodes with the power of animation, so we can now finally see the first Doctor in one of his later adventures coming to DVD and Blu-ray next year. It's going to be amazing to see the Savages get a DVD release March the 24th, 2025. So 2025 we'll be getting Savages as our story of the day. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? The Savages is coming. And then this is your first look, by the way, an image of the animation in action. Very cool, really nice detail going on for William Hartnell. I'm loving the look of the animation right here, so I think it's going to do very well. By the way, they're going to be releasing it in both color and black and white. There's going to be 3 discs, and they've said that it will include all 4 25-minute animation episodes with bonus features, which they haven't said what the bonus features are, but we'll learn about those near the time. So either way, Doctor Who: The Savages, spring 2025. You can start pre-ordering right now if you want to be ready for the release in the spring next year, which is going to be really cool. And hopefully we'll have a proper release date announced near the time. And you can watch the trailer also in the link in the description if you want to see your first look at the animation in action. So that is an upcoming classic Doctor Who release to look forward to in 2025. Very, very happy to hear that we're going to be getting one of Hartnell's lost stories finally getting animated in 2025. Then we come to some news from Russell T Davies. Now, recently, Russell T Davies went to the One Show recently to talk about the Christmas special and the content that's coming, and he even hinted some stuff about series 2 of Doctor Who, where he says the following: "It's a sensational. There's lots of scares. There's a planet in the far future that's absolutely terrifying. There's a trip to Miami, and it's very, very good, and it's coming sooner than you think," which is very interesting. So by the fact that he said sooner than you think, it definitely sounds to me like we could be seeing the series by spring of 2025. So there's a very possibility that there's a very, very possibility that it could be airing earlier than spring. So what do you reckon about those comments? Could we be seeing it perhaps in March of 2025? Maybe even February? What does everyone think? Could it be in January? Let me know in the comment section how you reckon they are going to release series 2 of Doctor Who. You reckon it's going to be released pretty soon on into 2025? Or do you reckon it's going to be just before Easter we'll get this series, or maybe in time for Easter? I'll be interested to see what everyone thinks the release is going to be in terms of Doctor Who series 2. Hopefully not too far off now. As well as that, we also got some interviews regarding this year's Christmas special, because yes, the BBC has been chatting with Ncuti Gatwa about the joy to the world. And there's actually a lot of interesting photos that have been coming out. There's some photos of him in a dressing gown heading into the TARDIS, which a very typical person in the morning, but inside a police box. Very unusual, but He does kind of go on to say it's such a joyous, lovely, and very warm Christmassy feel. There's so much heart in this story, which touches on loss, love, and humor, which is what exactly you want for a Christmas Day adventure with the Doctor. I can't wait for the audience to see it. It's very joyous. We find the Doctor start at this episode alone. He's lost his companion. He's on the hunt for some milk. He lands in a very exciting hotel and then arrives in shore, and he's obviously dealing with the loss of Ruby, who is back with her at home with her family, but he's trying to fill the void with an adventure, and it's a big one. So yes, obviously a lot of things to look forward to. As Doctor Who returns for the new Christmas special, which, by the way, you can watch at 5:10 on Christmas Day, when you can see Doctor Who Joy to the World, which is going to be amazing to see the Doctor back. And by the way, you can also pick up this year's Christmas Doctor Who magazine is also available should you want to pick up the Christmas issue to read more about Joy to the World. Now, surprisingly, the showrunner Russell T Davies was also doing interviews on the Today Show on the BBC Radio 4, and he acknowledges he doesn't know yet if there will be a series 3 after series 2, where he says, "Oh, I don't know, I'm loving it." We don't know if there's a series 3 yet, but this series 2 will go out this summer, and then they'll decide. The BBC will decide as well its future. I'm happy to stay with it, and I love it. It's more fun than anything else. So yeah, it's very yeah. There's obviously been a lot of like here and there sort of decision makings going on. So we'll see how it all goes for Doctor Who. Hopefully, we'll get some answers soon, because it's obviously very scary. A lot of decisions are being there's obviously a lot of things that need to be sorted out when it comes to Doctor Who Series 3. Hopefully we'll find out soon. Yeah, and by the way, they've also released a trailer for Doctor Who's Joy to the World, which you can see on my trailer channel, by the way, which is a trailer they released on BBC iPlayer for this story. And they've also released some more photos as well that's taken from the pre-credit. There was also some stuff from the pre-credit scenes and other scenes that have been shown off through trailers, which shows a better look at some stuff that was revealed from the Disney Plus trailer as well, which is very surprising. But yeah, Doctor Who, like I said, Doctor Who's back not long to go now, isn't it? And then on top of that, there's also a Doctor Who Magazine 2025 yearbook. As you can see in the cover there, we got the Doctor in Shooting Gatwa and Billy Gibson, the Doctor and Ruby, along with all the enemies and friends that they met over the year, where they're celebrating the 15th Doctor's debut year in the 2025 yearbook. So you can have a chance to reflect on the first series of Shooting Gatwa's first series as the 15th Doctor, which you'll be able to buy for £9.99 from now, basically, if you want to pick up this Doctor Who magazine special to get you ready for to sort of reflect on this year's events of Doctor Who. Now, some other things to also look forward to in terms of Doctor Who content over Christmas also includes the War Games in colour. Yes, there is going to be a War Games colorization coming on the Monday, the 23rd of December from 9 p.m. on BBC4 and BBC iPlayer, which will include recovered footage. It will be shown in a 90-minute feature length with updated sounds and score. It's going to show a never-before-seen regeneration sequence between the second Doctor and the third, with recovered footage not seen since the original broadcast. And then on top of that, we've also got Doctor Who at the Proms 2024 airing on Christmas Eve on BBC Two, 4:10, where you'll get to see performances, lots of music, and it's a never before seen short film from Russell T Davies, The Phantom of Discord, starring obviously Shooting Gatwa as the Doctor and Nicholas Spring as the voice of the Valeks, and obviously Jackson Mooson as Maestro, and obviously Mrs. Flood is also in there as well. So a lot of surprises in Doctor Who at the Proms airing on Christmas Eve. And of course, Doctor Unleashed will also be on Christmas Day, 7:10 on BBC Three, following Joy to the World at 5:10 on BBC One on Christmas Day. So all that content to come for Doctor Who on Christmas Day. Lots of Doctor Who goodness for sure. So you won't miss a thing. As well as that, there's also a pink sonic screwdriver now available. This is the screwdriver that the Doctor will be using in this year's Christmas special. You can get it from Character Options website should you fancy getting your hands on this limited edition sonic screwdriver from the 50th Doctor being used from this year's special Joy to the World, which is really, really nice. So that's a really cool accessory to add to your maybe to your extra Christmas wish list. And also, the Russell T Davies has also talked about the possibility of the Doctor going to Bethlehem and further exploring that idea. So, could we see see the TARDIS land in Bethlehem down the road? I would love that idea to come true. So, what do you reckon? Could we see Bethlehem finally come to Doctor Who in a storyline? Maybe see a nativity style Doctor Who storyline down the road? I think that would be really, really interesting. We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, maybe a nativity Doctor Who story could await on the way for Doctor Who down the road. We'll have to wait and see. So stay, like I said, stay tuned. It might be on the way. Also, the 50th Doctor Build-A-Bear. It's now available for those who want to get their hands on that. And there's also a Doctor Who magazine looking at the ultimate guide of the Daleks. Should you want to learn the history of the Doctor's greatest enemy, the Daleks. They're having a massive celebration. They're having a massive celebration right now. Should you fancy looking at that as an accessory, which is great. And there's also some new stuff in B&M Bargains. They've added the Parting of the Ways Dalek set, as well as the Friends and Foes set that's now coming to B&M Bargains just in time for Christmas, and they should still be available, by the way, should you fancy getting your hands on them at B&M Bargains in time for Christmas. They should still have some on stock. They've also added some new books on offer. They've even put pre-orders up for next year's Doctor Who annual already, which is pretty insane. They've already got pre-orders for that already. There's a Where's the Doctor Search and Find book that's also coming, which looks like this, and it has all sorts of Daleks in the image as well. And then we have an official Doctor Who colouring book that's also coming. Should you fancy colouring in images of Doctor Who, that's on the way. There's also going to be an official puzzle book for Doctor Who that's also in the works to be releasing in the near future. There's also a brand new hardcover called Spectacle Scream that's also going to be releasing, and a re-release of the fifth Doctor story, Planet of the Fire, as an audio CD release, which is going to be something also to look forward to in 2025. And there's also going to be a quiz book on the way. And let's not forget, there's even pre-orders now for Doctor Who Joy to the World DVD and Blu-ray. They haven't set the release date yet, but you'll be able to get your hands on it in the new year. So there'll definitely be some more details as to when you'll be able to get your hands on Joy to the World on DVD and Blu-ray, should you fancy owning a home media release of this year's Doctor Who Christmas special. Apart from that, really, I think that's the majority of the Doctor Who news at this time, really. We're all kind of excited for the show, pretty much, and you can check out all the Doctor Who stuff on BBC iPlayer in the lead up to the Christmas content for Doctor Who. But yeah, that's mostly all the Doctor Who news at this time. We're all kind of waiting for this year's Christmas special to begin so we can hopefully get our first look at Series 2, which I suspect we're going to be getting trailers on Christmas Day for the new series following the special. And then after that, really, we're going to be hopefully getting some air dates for when Doctor Who will return for Series 2, should you want to be ready for the new series. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys. Yeah, I'll catch you guys pretty soon as we get ready for a very exciting Doctor Who Christmas. And I've got some review. I'm going to be doing a revisit of the Church on Ruby Road and the TV movie, and hopefully the Underwater Menace animation review will be on the way as well. So stay tuned for those, and I'll see you all heading into next week. Have a good weekend.